the secretary has to write the letter in this format. This is a dummy format, and this image is taken from a 11th standard textbook. We have seen the same in previous year. Here we can see the layout of business letter has 11 parts, and you must have written many letters in your school days in your primary and secondary section. Many of the things are similar in writing the letter, but in writing a company letter or as a secretary, when you write a letter, you have to follow this format. That is, by firstly, you have to write the name and address of the company at the heading part, that's the header part. It comprises telephone number, fax number, email, and website, and the most important CIN, corporate's identification number, which a company obtains on the registration. Then the second part is the date on the right hand side below the address. You have to write the date of the letter when the letter has been written, and it is very important for the writer to write proper date. Without a date, the letter will be called incomplete letter. Then reference number. The reference number actually depends on the type of the letter and the subject of the matter. Fourth part is inside address. Inside address is the reader's address. That is, we'll be seeing three chapters related to corresponding activity related to writing letters. So here we will write the address of the members. In this chapter we will write the address of the members. In coming chapters we will write the address of the debenture holders, the public deposit holders, etc. Then we have fifth part, the subject, for which the letter has been written. In this video lecture we'll be seeing three situations or circumstances where the secretary has to correspond with a member, and the three circumstances for the three circumstances will be having three subjects, and it plays a very important role because subject gives the idea about the letter without reading the whole letter. So it is very important to give a specific, and with few words you have to write a proper subject. Then we have a salutation, dear or respected sir. Then body of the letter. Now this is very important part: introduction, main paragraph, and concluding paragraph. Here the secretary introduces that he is being directed by the director. That means he is not writing on his will or on his desire. Whatever content he is writing for the reader, he is being commanded or directed by the superiors above him. That is the board of directors. So in the introduction part here, many of the letters, it is been written or you have to write that I am directed by the director, and then introduce about the subject or for the circumstances the letter has been written, and you also have to write many facts and figures related to the same. Then we have main paragraph, the important uh, concern important things related to the subject. We will see in few further lectures. And then the concluding part, that is we'll see that is the concluding part of the subject. That is what more or what will be the steps taken by the secretary, or depends on the subject actually. That is, if the secretary has to ask more information, he will be concluding with the expectations phrases or words. Then we have a complimentary close, that is yours faithfully. And then we have a signature, the ninth part. Many of the letters, the letter requires a secretary signature and a counter signature of two directors. Then the enclosure, in we will see dividend letters, and in the dividend letters and interest letters we have to acknowledge some slip and receipt and check. In many letters we have to enclose the many supporting documents, so we'll write ENCL. And then we have complementary clause, when the I'm sorry, it's a CC, means a carbon copy. If the copy of the letter is to be sent to other persons, at the same time, that is multiple persons in the same time. It is shown by two alphabets, CC in capital, and it is written below the enclosure on the left hand side. So this was the basic layout and parts of the business letter, and today we'll see these three letters, that is letter for issue of share certificate, letter for issue of bonus shares, and a reply letter to the query of the member on low rate of dividend. And on the basis of the circumstances there will be a subjects. So let us see the first letter. So this is a letter written by a secretary to a member, and the name of the member you can see below the reference number on the left side. See, Mr. Jayant Modi. Now in this example letter or a sample letter, Mr. Jayant Modi is a member, and secretary, we as a secretary are writing him and informing him about the issue of share certificate. Now let's see from the bigger first part, that is heading of the letter. You can see Comfort Motors Limited, registered office A30, Aurora Towers, MG Road, Camp, Pune 411012, and you can also see the corporate identification number. Okay. Now on the left side, phone number and fax number, reference number, right side email, website, date. As you can see, these are the basic requirements in the layout of business letter. And there's a salutation, dear sir. Now let us see the introduction paragraph, and in the main paragraph there is a tabular information given to convey the content of the letter to the member. So this is to inform you that as per your request number 50, I am hereby authorized to issue you share certificate. This shared the said share certificate will be delivered to you within 15 days from the date of letter by the registered post to your registered address as mentioned in the register of members. Now, as in the introduction part, the secretary has written that the applicant, Mr. Jayant Modi, now he will be becoming the registered member as the name is mentioned in the register members now, and the information related to the share request application and share certificate, it's given in the tabular form, that is the main paragraph of the letter, that is details of issue of share certificate as follows. Now you can see there are four columns with the label folio number, share certificate number, distinctive number, and total number of shares. Now folio number are type of a page number, and you can write 1006 or any four-digit number you which comes up in your mind while writing a letter in your exam. This letter is will be asked you for 5 marks, and the share certificate numbers 9630. Okay, then we have a distinctive number from two. Distinctive number are like students, you have a roll number in your school for for every student, from roll number 1 to roll number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 10. Likewise, we have also seen receipt numbers in learning accountancy. You might have seen receipt numbers. Likewise, every share certificate has individual distinctive number, which spells that it's a unique document. Okay, there is no duplicate. Okay, so unique distinctive number, that is from 301 to 400, that is around 100 shares, and in the fourth column it is written total number of shares 100. Now the next letter is Yes Industries Limited. Same, there is a header part. If the address, then we have phone number, fax number, and then reference number. Right hand side, the website of yesindustries.limited.com, email address is also given, and the date is 16th October. That is the on the date the letter is written. Students, this is also this is second sample letter and a circumstance where the secretary has to correspond to the member, and the subject matter is, and the circumstances is related to issue of bonus shares. Before starting with the later part, I will just recall you the meaning of bonus shares, which we have learned in learning the features of bonus shares. Sorry, features of equity shares. We have seen bonus share. Now, students, bonus share is actually uh, is capitalization of reserves. Means when at the time company comes to a point when they have a huge profit, retained a part, and they convert their reserves which they have created in last few months or years, in last few years, they convert their reserves into share capital and issue it at free of cost to the existing equity shareholder. Now this is a gift for the equity shareholder, and there are many legal formalities or provisions to be followed by the company before issuing bonus shares. Now this letter is been written by secretary to the member, so the content related to the bonus share, that is how much bonus shares she will be allotted against her shares, and what is the company's policy, what is the ratio to be given. That means if the old share, if the old equity share, if the member has or holds 5 equity shares, the ratio can be one equity share, that is a bonus share, for every 5 shares held. So we will be seeing this the same type of information to convey the members. Now let us start with the member name, that is the insider address part below reference number. Miss Yukta Shroff, 715 Narayanpet, Lakshmi Road, Pune 411038. Then the subject is date of issue of bonus. It should be always in center. The subject should be always written in center alignment, with a center alignment. Dear Madam, I am directed by the Board of Directors. See, as I've told you in the introduction part, many a times the writers write in a way that he is been directed, he has been commanded by the superior, he is Board of Directors. I am directed by the Board of Directors to inform you that, in accordance with the resolution passed in EOGM, Extraordinary General Meeting of the company held on 14th October 2019. See, students, the date of the letter is 16th October, and 2 days back the meeting was conducted. On 14th October 2019, shareholders have unanimously approved the recommendation of board of directors to issue bonus shares. Now the bonus shares are issued in the ratio of 1:1, that is one additional equity share for every equity share held, as a record as on a record date 13th October 2019. That means the company had came to a decision that every existing shareholder who holds one share will get one more share as a gift free of cost by the company. The details of the issue of bonus shares are as follows. Now here we also have, now again we have a 5 column table, and the table information, and the labels are number of shares held on the record. That means Miss Yukta Shroff holds 25 shares till the date of 16th October. Sorry, not till the date of, actually on the date of 13th October 2019. As there are the trading, there is a lot of trading activities performed for equity shares. So the secretary has been very very detail, the secretary has noted down in the letter that on 13th October you have 25 shares, and against that 25 shares the company had issued more 25 shares, that is second column, number of bonus shares issued or allotted 25. Now we have some details related to depository account and client ID. The third column is DPID number, that is a depository account actually, and client ID number IN 30000100 to 10016061. Now students, this number is actually a Demate account number. We'll see the Demate and depository part in detail in further chapters. Then we have also a column that is date of credit to Demate account, 31st October 2019. Now it is a future date, that on this date your Demate account will be credited by 25 shares. Now you can see the letter has been concluded that by writing the company has compiled means followed compiled with the provisions for the issue of bonus shares. As I said in the introduction, the company has to follow many rules and regulations. The bonus shares issued will rank pari passu with the existing equity shares. Now pari passu means like equal to same. Here the actually secretary is trying to say that the bonus shares are equal to the existing equity shares which a holder has. Means bonus shares actually equity shares, and in future the holder of the equity share, that is in this example Miss Yukta Shroff, will receive dividend for 50 shares, not only for the 25 shares she had purchased, but she will receive dividend for the 50 shares in all, 25 as a bonus shares. Okay, now we have thanking you and yours faithfully. Now let us see, you can see the Mr. S.R. Nayak, that is the signature of the secretary. Okay, now let us see the last letter. Okay, here the letter is about resolving a query on low rate of dividend made by the company. Students, this is a situation where the member, the name of the member is Miss Kishore Malpani. Okay, I think it might be a printing mistake. It would be Mr. Kishore Malpani. Okay, so the member had or he had written a letter regarding, or he had a query written about the low rate of dividend. In the past, he had wrote to the company about the low rate of dividend. So the secretary on 20th April he had replied, and we'll come to know more about when we go through the content. So let us start with dear sir. This is to inform you that as per your letter dated 15th April 2019, that is 5 days back. Now the secretary is replying the letter which he or she has written. He or she, Mr. Suhas Bajaj is the name of the secretary. You can see in the bottom of the letter, right corner, Mr. Suhas Bajaj, the secretary. Okay. Now Mr. Bajaj, the secretary of Sri Cement Industry Limited, is writing to Kishore Malpani, that is the member, or he is actually replying the letter which Mr. Kishore had written on 15th April. Okay, I will stick to the content, that is the introduction part of the body. I am hereby authorized to resolve your query regarding the low rate of dividend paid by the company to their faithful members. The reason for the low rate of dividend are mentioned below. Now here you can see the secretary has bulleted the points with the numbers. That is, first, that during the last year, due to floods, company's factory situated in Mahim East was not in a condition to operate in full-fledged manner. Secondly, that due to such unavoidable circumstances of natural disaster, company faced huge financial losses. That third, that due to such circumstances, board of directors had decided to transfer rupees 12.5 crores to general reserve, which is 50% more than the amount transferred to last year. Hope you will satisfied by the information as provided by the company. We assure you that the company will easily come over from such unavoidable circumstance and will deliver much better dividend in the coming years. Okay, here in the concluding part, the secretary is giving a hope to the member that in future they will give a good or handsome rate of dividend, a big high rate of dividend if things go well. So these were the three letters which we have seen in this video, and even we have seen the part of the letter. In the coming video lecture, that is the third video of this chapter, we'll see letters related to the dividend. That is, when the company gives dividend, how they informs or intimate the members. Okay, thank you.